On the 3rd of August 2019, I published a video saying Netflix is ruining anime. And a lot of you agreed with me. 90.7%, 205 likes, and 7,500 views, which for my channel was massive at the time. But you know who didn't agree with me? Netflix. In fact, they disagreed so much that they had the video removed from the channel for copyright. So I guess I was right on the money. But now it's time for a different approach. This video is titled, Netflix is Saving Anime. And here's why. The anime and manga industry has met a lot of resistance when trying to move into Western markets. The predominant reasons for this being that obviously anime is in Japanese, and people, especially British people and Americans, hate reading subtitles. However, Netflix has been able to remove the stigma associated with reading subtitles when consuming entertainment content. For example, there are a lot of shows that are in Italian, German, even Norwegian, and sometimes Korean as well. This has really made the Western audience more comfortable with consuming content not of an English nature. Then there's the more social aspect to this, and that is that there's always been some sort of nerd-based stigma in consuming anime. Now, Netflix has been able to normalize this and even provide it to make it mainstream by putting out on such a major platform which people can consume and not feel like they're venturing outside of their normal, safe consumption environment. That would be things like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and day-to-day TV. They're not going to sites that they consider to be weird or different, so they don't think they're taking a really big jump out of the societal norms. I've found that a lot of the reasoning people avoid watching anime isn't because they won't enjoy the series, it's because they think it's weird and that's for weebs and otakus, which may hold some truth, but there's more to it than that. And I think a lot of people were missing out, and Netflix has really opened the door for them. Following on from some of the more weirder animes, I think Netflix does a pretty reasonable job of curating their content to adapt it to a Western audience. What I mean by that is they're avoiding the more ecchi, rom-com love style of anime, which people from the West consider to be the entirety of anime, and focusing more on the high-quality productions and things that are, I don't want to say more reputable, but will resonate better with a Western audience. If there's one thing that people in the West value today, it's convenience. And as I've said already, putting anime on Netflix is a great idea because they don't have to feel like they're moving to some sort of weird website to consume content. But more importantly, that content is just slapped right in front of their face, with Netflix originals and one of the actual subcategories of selection on Netflix being anime. Pushing these quite aggressively on Netflix has really helped promote the genre. Now, this is an issue that I think the anime industry has suffered in general for decades, and that of funding and viewership. It's incredibly expensive to make anime, especially at the level that they do so. If you look at animation studios such as Ufotable, their budget is crazy high, or at least to make the production quality insane, it needs a reasonable budget, which means you need a large audience, which means you need somewhere like Netflix, which has the predominant Western audience to consume that content, so you can then sell your merchandise. Now, regardless of the quality of some of the anime Netflix originals, I still think as a whole it's a net positive, as the industry is growing because of this, which means more anime for the rest of us, right? And not just that, but more variation and exploring what other cultures would like to see within their anime characters, which is a great idea, I think, personally. And that's why I think Netflix is saving anime. That's it for this video, guys. It's been a while since I've posted, and I've changed the format up a little bit here, where I'm just kind of putting a few points down and then talking about it as opposed to a more composed script. But some of the videos in the future will be, of course, scripted if there are top 10s or such, or more complex topics that I want to dive into. Anyway, let me know what you want in the comments down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to NerdView and turn on post notifications. I'll see you all again next week.